The Lord needs to save me from YouTube. Or maybe y'all do. I've had too much time on my hands the last few days. I've been keeping YouTube stuff playing on my computer over here while I've been doing some projects here in the shop. And sad. It's sad. And I don't understand how stuff comes up in my suggested feed. Stuff that I'm not looking at and stuff that I'm not really interested in. But of course, once you go down the YouTube wormhole or rabbit hole, there's no coming back. I've been thinking a lot about the social media stuff the last few days. And to be honest with you, it's probably something I'm going to play with a little bit, but I'm not going to get overboard with it. It's funny, though. Some comments on a couple of videos I've made have basically been, be careful who you take your advice from, which I'm always careful who I take my advice from. But I bought a couple of social media gurus, supposedly books from bookshelves on Amazon, that kind of thing. Supposedly recommended books of YouTubers and social media folks and all that kind of thing. Now, you really do have to be careful who you take your advice from, and you also got to be able to be really careful who you think the experts are. Some of the folks that have been telling me, that I know personally, how I should get this stuff to grow and all those kind of things. Now, I look at them, the top 3 or 4 people who have been telling me this stuff, between them have over 2 million subscribers, which is not a huge amount in the YouTube world. But I got online on Amazon a few days ago. And I ordered a couple of books. Things about YouTube. And I got the books today. And once again, Amazon, you do a great job delivering my crap. A bubble wrap mailer and a box with books, electronics, and coffee in them. All left sitting out on my front porch in the fucking pouring rain. Probably shouldn't have said that. In the damn pouring rain. I'm going to leave it in. Let YouTube take it out if they want to. But the first book that I opened is one that was highly recommended on Amazon and in the YouTube influencer circles of being a great book. Great book. Great book. If you want to grow your channel, this is the guys you listen to. It's 2 guys that wrote it, and they tell you in the book what their channels were on YouTube. Good. So I went and looked both of these guys up. Between them, they have about 450,000 subscribers. The last video that one of the guys put up was over 2 years ago, and I don't remember where the other one was. The one guy's channel is over 15 years old, and he only had 105,000 subscribers. Not really sure he's going to give me good advice, to be honest with you. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love to have 105,000 subscribers. But, oh well, apparently these guys are making the money off selling this book. Which, hey, good if you can do it. So unfortunately, I went in and started looking at supposedly popular channels on YouTube. And then I went back and looked at a few channels that I haven't really looked at in a really long time that I subscribe to, but I haven't really looked at them, which is what happens on YouTube. A lot of people subscribe to a channel and then they never go back and look at it again, which is about right, you know, because all the algorithms of the YouTube gurus say you get about between 10 and 15% of your subscribers actually come back and watch your videos over and over again. And the rest of them just subscribe while they're there on the channel and go do other things, which is fine. Like I said, there's 50 million some channels on YouTube. There's a lot better channels than mine. But with all that being said, I found out some interesting things on YouTube. Great advice from great creators. And this goes back to the be careful where you get your advice from. A guy teaching knots popped up. So I said, I like knots. I've got a background in rope working, rigging, and all that stuff. Let me look and see what this guy's got to say. And I don't remember the name of the video, but it was basically hitch knots that you should know. Is it a hitch or is it a knot? They're not the same thing. Now, this guy had a couple of million subscribers. And I watched this video, the first 5 minutes of it, and it was supposedly an ungodly amount of knots that he was trying to teach in one video. But the very first 3 or 4, he used completely incorrect rope terminology and knot terminology. And like I said, there's a difference between a knot and a hitch. You can look it up for yourself. They're different. But this guy has a huge following teaching stuff wrong. And you don't have to take my word for that. You can just, that's a perfect example right there. Hitch knots you should know. Look it up yourself and see if those two words go together in that context. Let's see. I also found out today that apparently human behavior depresses cats. I didn't watch the video. I just read the line. I watched a dog video. Told me about training your dogs. And apparently you should never say no to your dog because they don't understand no. But they went into this video telling me that they can understand sit, roll over, lay down, heel, shake, fetch. They can learn a lot of words except no, apparently. I don't know. I don't know. Just nonsense flowing across my screen. Then there were other good channels on there. I subscribe to a lot of good channels. I guess that's good enough for be careful where you get your advice from. By the way, I subscribe to 4 or 5 prepping channels because one reason or another. I either follow the person who runs it, or I know the person who runs the channel, or something along those lines. And I don't really follow them because you guys have heard me say before, prepping, just like everything else in the world, prepping, survival, all that kind of stuff has got a bad connotation in a lot of people's minds because of the militant weenies ruining those communities. But anyway, I went back and looked at a couple of those channels, and apparently they're weathermen. Because for as many years back as I can look at these channels, it's the same thing over and over again. Stock up on bullets, stock up on beans, stock up on this, or the grid's gonna be down for an extended amount of time. Make sure you got 2 years of food stockpiled. Make sure this, make sure that. You know, I agree with all of the things you're saying, but I don't know why that's prepping. That just, living in the country. I lived in the country my whole life, except when I was stationed in metro areas while I was in the military and things like that. or near metro areas. I don't think self-reliance and homesteading and all that kind of stuff is the same thing as prepping and all those other things. Well, with all that being said, I'll just get off here and leave y'all alone. Some folks have bought coffee mugs in the last few days. I appreciate that. Now, if I could get all 7,000 of you to buy a coffee mug real quick, that'd be awesome. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, the links are in the description. You've heard it all before. I appreciate the support you guys give me. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all that stuff. Hope to see y'all in the woods. Bye. This is how Amazon delivers books left on the porch in the rain.